deportation operation.
Even larger than President Dwight Eisenhower, who has even larger than President Dwight Eisenhower.
And we're going to end the Biden war on American energy and unleash our energy resources to quickly defeat inflation and achieve the lowest cost of energy and electricity on earth.
And achieve the lowest cost of energy and
using our
electricity
emergency powers to allow.
And we're going to be using our emergency powers to allow
with a lot of money build
countries and entrepreneurs and
AI
with a lot
plants.
of
We
money
need double
build
the energy that we already have. And it's going to end up being more than
plants.
that.
We need double the energy that we already have. And
Slash.
We're going to slash.
And we're going to
the
regulations,
environmental
regulations that are really put
in there in order to stop progress.
That are really put
in there in order to stop progress in this country.
Slash something else. The waste in our bloated federal
also slash
something else.
We will create the new Department of Government Efficiency.
The new Department
headed by a
Government
Efficiency.
Elon Musk,
headed by a gentleman
I don't know where the hell
named
he is.
Elon Musk, who's here someplace.
He's here
I don't know where the
someplace.
hell he is. He's here someplace. Come here, Elon. Did you see his rocket yesterday? It was captured. Did you see his rocket yesterday? It was captured. And X is with him. X. And X is with him. X. Come on,
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
Little X just followed me on the stage here.
He's
X
a very
followed me on the
enthusiastic
stage here.
supporter.
As you can see.
He's a very enthusiastic supporter.
As you can see.
So we're looking forward to making a lot of changes.
We're looking forward to
making a lot of changes.
This victory is the start, really.
This victory
is the start, really.
What matters going forward
is to actually make significant changes.
What matters going forward
is to actually make significant changes
and have those
changes
set the foundation for America
to be strong.
Set the foundation for America
for centuries,
to be
forever.
strong for
a century, for centuries, forever.
So. And make America great again. And make America great again.
Yeah.
So, So we're gonna do great things here. Thanks. So we're gonna do great things here. Thank you.
Thank you, Elon. Thank you, Elon. You know, I always say we have to be protective of our geniuses. You know, I always say we have to be protective of our geniuses.
A good one.
Because
Now,
we
I
don't
watched
have
his
too
rocket
many,
come
but
down
that one
about
is
3 months ago.
a good one. Now, I watched his
And I
rocket
thought it was
come down
crashing.
about
I
3
was
months
talking
ago.
to somebody on the phone. By the
And
way,
I thought it was crashing.
Same thing
I was
happened
talking to
yesterday.
somebody on
Came
the
down.
phone, by the way, and it was captured.
Same thing
so
happened.
beautifully. It came down. It's tumbling. It's a mess. It's going
Track-mounted
down.
jaw crusher. This is a jaw crusher that is
And then it
renowned
gets like
in
a
the
couple of
industry
miles
for
away
its
from Earth,
unrivaled
and all of a
production
sudden,
and
the engines
reliability.
start going on, the things
Combining a
start-
rugged,
then I see it
torsion-resistant
coming in
undercarriage design with
landing
oversized
in the
tracks
gantry.
creates the ideal
And I'm watching
track-mounted
it,
jaw
oh,
plant.
it's gonna crash. Oh,
A crusher
those
that
engines
offers
came
the
out
high
and
production
blew the
expected
fire
of
all
a jaw
over the place.
crusher, yet has
All
the
of a
ease of
sudden, those two
mobility
big arms
required
came and
of a
hugged it like
track-mounted
you would
machine.
hug your little baby.
Our jaw crushers feature interchangeable
sucker landed
modules
and
called jaw
nobody's been
crusher
able to
and
do that
impact
but him.
crusher.
And
Our
he's
customers
a
can
great
swap
guy,
out the
and we
jaw
have
crusher
him
ball and impact
and
crusher
Vivek
in under
and some
an
great
hour.
people working on a thing called costs. And he's got the credibility to do it too. And we're going to do things that are really amazing. But he went out to Pennsylvania after that. He landed that rocket.
We're gonna
Nobody
do
had
things
ever
that are
seen.
really
By the way,
amazing.
China can't do
But
it.
he went out to
Russia
Pennsylvania
can't do it.
after that.
Or
He
come
landed
close.
that
It would be
rocket.
10
Nobody
years
had ever
before
seen
they
it.
can do it.
By the way, China
And the
can't
US
do it.
can't do it except
Russia
for him.
can't do it or come
And it's
close.
pretty
It would be
amazing,
10
but
years
he
before they
did
could
that.
do it.
And
then
the
he
US
journeyed
can't
to
do it except for
Pennsylvania,
him.
where he spent
And it's
like a
pretty
month and a
amazing,
half
but he
campaigning
did that.
for me in Pennsylvania.
And then
he's a
journeyed
popular
to
guy.
Pennsylvania where he spent
And he was very
like a
effective.
month and a half
And
campaigning
he knows those
for me in
computers
Pennsylvania.
better than
He's a
anybody.
popular
All those
guy.
computers, those vote
And he was
counting
very
computers.
effective. And we ended up winning Pennsylvania like in a landslide.
All those computers, those vote counting computers.
So thank you to
And we
Elon.
ended up winning Pennsylvania like
And
in a
his
landslide.
son's name, who's cute as a button. His son's
thank
name
you
is
to
Elon.
Elon.
He's the only guy
And
who
his
can get
son's
away
name,
with
who's cute as a
the
button,
name
X.
His son's name
His
is
son
X.
is a great guy.
He's the only
One
guy
thing
who
we
can get
know,
away with
his son is smart.
the name X. If you believe in the
His
racehorse
son
theory,
is a great guy.
he's got a nice, smart
One thing we
son.
know,
his son is smart.
But thank you very
if you
much
believe
to
in the
Elon and
racehorse
everybody.
theory,
We've had so much
he's
help.
got a
Every
nice, smart
radical
son.
and foolish executive order of the
Thank you very
Biden
much to
administration
Elon and everybody.
will
We've had
be
so much
repealed
help. Every
within
radical
hours of
and
when I
foolish executive
take
order
the
of the
oath
Biden
of
administration will be repealed within hours of when I take the oath. Oh, you're going to have a lot of fun watching television. Come on. Oh, you're going to have a lot of
Somebody
fun watching
said
yesterday,
television.
sir, don't sign so many in one day. Let's do it over a period
Somebody
of weeks.
said
I said,
yesterday,
like hell,
sir,
we're
don't
going to do it
sign
over weeks.
so
We're gonna
many in
sign
one
them
day.
Let's do it over a period of weeks. I said, like hell, we're going to do it over weeks. We're going to sign them at the beginning. You know that old story. Let's do it later. Then it never gets done. No, we're doing them tomorrow. You know that old
And we'll
story.
have
Let's
plenty
do
to
it
sign
later.
in the future.
Then
Don't
it never
worry
gets
about
done.
it.
No,
It's
we're
not
doing
gonna
them
stop.
tomorrow. But we're going to stop the
And we'll have plenty
destructive
to
and
sign in the
divisive
future. Don't worry about it. It's not gonna
diversity,
stop.
equity, and inclusion.
But
we're going to stop the
mandates.
destructive and divisive all across the government.
Diversity, equity,
and private sector and return our country to the merit system. All across the government.
The Supreme
And private
Court
sector
ruled
return our country
that
to the
United
merit
States is
system, you
allowed
know?
to go by
The
merit
Supreme
system,
Court
which is what
ruled
made us great in
that
the
the
first
United
place.
States
That was
is
a
allowed
big
big
go by the
ruling that a
merit
lot of
system,
people
which
don't
is what
even know
made us
about, but
great
that was
in
a
the first
big,
place.
tremendous
That was a
ruling. Big ruling
You're
that a lot of
focusing
people
on
don't even know
character,
about,
but that was a
competence
big,
and
tremendous
qualifications and all hiring
You're focusing
decisions.
on
Now you're
character,
allowed to go by
competence,
competence
and
and
ability and
qualifications
genius.
and all
You don't
hiring
have to hire
decisions.
somebody
Now
to
you're
send
allowed
up
to
one
go
of his
by
rocket
competence
ships that
and
doesn't know anything
ability
about
and
what's
genius.
happening. You don't have
As
to
a
hire
first step
somebody
toward
to send up
restoring
one of his rocket
transparency
ships
and
that doesn't know
accountability
anything
to
about
government,
what's
we will
happening.
also reverse the
As the first step toward restoring
overclassification of
transparency
government
and accountability
documents,
to
and in the coming
government, we will
days,
also
we are
reverse
going to
the
make public remaining records
overclassification of
relating to
government
the
documents,
assassinations
and in the
of
coming
President
days,
we
John
are going
F.
to make
Kennedy,
public
his
remaining
brother
records
Robert
relating
Kennedy,
to the
as well as
assassinations
Dr.
of
Martin
President
Luther King
John
Jr.
F. Kennedy
and
his
other
brother
topics
Robert
of great
Kennedy,
public
as
interest.
well as
It's all gonna
Dr.
be
Martin
released,
Luther
Uncle
King
Sam.
Jr. and other topics of great public interest. It's all going to be released, Uncle Sam. And I will direct our military to begin construction of the Great Iron Dome missile defense shield, which will to begin construction all be made in the Great Iron Dome missile defense shield, which will all be made in the USA. The hell out of our military immediately and make it like it used to be. Take a look at our military immediately and make it like it used to be. Take a look at this.
You little scumbag! I got your name! I got your ass! You will not let! You will not you little scumbag! You will learn by the I got your name! I got your ass!
Pride Month.
You will not
Actually,
let! You will
let's
not
declare
let!
it a summer
You will
of
learn by the
Pride.
Happy
Pride.
Yes, sir!
Happy
Let me see your war
Month.
face!
Actually,
Sir,
let's declare it a
got a
summer
war
of
face?
Pride.
So you're a killer! Sir, yes, sir! Let me see your war face! Now let me see your war face! Sir, you got a war face? Bullshit! You didn't convince me! Let me see your war face! Now let me see your war face! Bullshit! You didn't convince me! Let me see your real war face! You will be a weapon. You will be a minister of death. Praise the war. But until that day, you will be a weapon. You will be a minister of death. Praise the war. But until that day, you are cute. You are nothing but unorganized, grabbing pieces of amphibious shit.
Abracadabra, these bitches know I got answers the way I Abracadabra, these bitches know I got answers the way I
Looks to me like the best part of you ran down and cracked him on the ass and ended up in the brown stain on the mattress. I love working for Uncle Sam. 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 United States
So we won 2 world wars with that.
Thank you. And that's the way it's going to be. The American
So we won
people
2
have
world
given us
wars
their
with
trust,
that.
and in return, we're going to give them
that's the way it's
going to be. The American people have given us their trust, and in return, we're going to give them 100 days of any presidency in American history. The most extraordinary first 100 days of any presidency in American agenda. I've assembled an all-star cabinet of patriots and visionaries and reformers. Agenda I've assembled fight for America, an all-star cabinet of patriots and visionaries and reformers who will fight for America, and together we will to restore the spirit of American armed forces. I have appointed Pete Hegseth as our next secretary. To restore the spirit of American armed forces, I have appointed Pete Hegseth as our next secretary of defense. Where is he? Where's Pete? Where's Pete? Pete's here someplace. Good job, Pete. Where is he? They like you, Pete. Thanks, Pete. They like you, Pete. They like him. To bring back integrity to our intelligence community, Tulsi Gabbard will be our next director. To bring back integrity to our intelligence community, Tulsi Gabbard will be our next director of national intelligence. To make America healthy again, we will have Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as Secretary of Health. To make America healthy again, we will have Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as Secretary of Health and Human Services. To end the weaponization of our government and restore the impartial rule of law. To end the weaponization of our government and restore the impartial. Bondi will be an outstanding Attorney General. She's going to do an incredible job. Pam Bondi will be an outstanding Attorney General. She's with another person who's going to be unbelievable. She will do at the FBI cash. She's working with another person who's going to be unbelievable at the FBI, Kash Patel. And tomorrow, everybody in this very large arena will, with my decision, and tomorrow, everybody in this very large arena will be very happy with my decision on the J6 hostages. I think you'll be very, very happy. Very happy. I would say about 99.9% of this beautiful arena. I would say about 99.9% of this arena. Beautiful arena. They're up here someplace. And by the way, I want to thank the owners of this arena. The team is doing very well. And Ovechkin is a great player, right? Beautiful boxes. But I want to thank Ted and all of the owners. Ovechkin is a great player, right? Allowing this to take place. But I want to thank Ted and all of the owners. Thank you. It's a hell of an operation. Allowing this to take place. Fantastic arena. Really great. Thank you, Ted. Thank you, hell of an operation. Great place. At Homeland Security, we will have a tough leader in Kristi Noem. And we will at Homeland Security, we will have a tough leader in Secretary of Transportation. And we will have in Sean Duffy, Congressman an outstanding Secretary of Transportation in Sean Duffy. And we're going to win so much that Governor Burgum of the Interior, you know, Governor Burgum, and we're going to win so much that Governor Burgum, charge of Department of the Interior, you know, Governor Burgum, one of the best governors in the country, anywhere in the world, charge of Department of the Interior. When I announced him, people couldn't believe it. Anywhere in the world, if you're in the energy business, he's considered the announced him, people couldn't believe it. Chris Wright, you didn't hear of him, but the Energy Department, he's going to head up the Energy Department. He's the hottest guy. Chris Wright of the Energy Department. He's going to head up the Energy Department. He's the hottest guy. You got Chris Wright. There is. And a man named Marco Rubio is going to be our great future Secretary of State. And a man named Marco Rubio is going to be our great future Secretary of State on Wall Street. Is going to be our Secretary of Commerce. A tremendous success on Wall Street. Drills is going to be our secretary. I want to thank the Republican senators. They've been doing great. And John Thune, they're going to, and I want to thank the Republican senators. Moving the process along quickly. We're going to have a lot of them hopefully approved very quickly. Doing a great job. And a very special woman, Linda McMahon, is going to be our future Secretary of Education. And a very special woman, Linda McMahon, we're going to be giving back to the states. Going to be our future Secretary of Education, which we're going to be giving back to the states. Let the state run education. I said to Linda,
I'm making you the Secretary of Education.
I said to Linda,
But
I said,
if you do a
Linda,
great job. I'm making you
will
the
put yourself out of
Secretary
a job
of Education
because you're going to be
But
sending
if
it
you do a
back
great
to the
job,
States, and she's fantastic.
you will put yourself
and her
out of a
staff,
job,
which has been
because you're
largely
going to be sending
hired,
it
is
back to the
fantastic.
States.
And
all
she's
of the other
fantastic.
leaders
and her
will
staff
come to me and they're going to say, do you remember I used to do this for
and
fun?
all of the
But
other
it's really
leaders
not fun, it's fact.
will come to me and they're going to say, do you
'Cause we
remember I
have to
used to
do
do this
some
for
of best
fun? But
of,
it's really
right?
not fun.
But
it's
they're going to
fact.
come and say to me, sir,
Because we have to do
we're winning
some of
too
best
much,
of,
sir.
right?
We can't
But they're
take
gonna
it
come and say
anymore.
to
We
me,
have to stop winning, sir. We can't We're
do it.
winning
We're
too
not
much,
used to
sir.
winning in our country.
We can't take it anymore. We have to stop winning,
And each
sir.
one of them
We
is
can't
going to
do
say
it. We're not
every
used to
single
winning
one,
in
sir,
our country.
please.
You're destroying
And
our
each one of
country.
them is
We're
gonna
winning
say
too
every
much. Our
single
country
one,
isn't
sir,
prepared
please,
for
please.
this. You're destroying
They're not
our
used to
country.
winning,
We're
sir.
winning too
And I'll
much. Our
say,
country
no,
isn't
Linda,
prepared
and everybody.
We're not
They're not
going to
used
stop
to winning,
sir.
And I'll say,
The
no,
people of our
Linda,
country
and
want us to
everybody.
keep on winning,
We're
and we're
not
going to
gonna
go win
stop
like
winning.
never ever before.
The people of our country
and that's
want
what we're
us to
going
keep
to
on
do.
winning, and we're going to go
We're
win
gonna be
like
doing it,
never
Uncle
ever
Sam.
before.
Uncle Sam is having
and
a
that's
heart
what we're
attack down
going
here.
to
Look
do.
at Uncle
We're
Sam
gonna
is
be
going
doing it,
wild.
Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is having a heart
And
attack
they think I
down
pay
here.
for these
Look at
people.
him.
I have no idea
Uncle
who he is.
Sam
All I
is
know
going
he does.
wild.
And there's Abe Lincoln. Thank you,
And
honest.
they think I pay for
I have
these
no
people.
idea.
I have no
I
idea
swear,
who
I
he
have
is.
no
All I
idea
know
who
is
the
that
hell
he
he is.
is.
And there's Abe Lincoln. Thank
But
you,
he
honest.
looks like Abe. He's
I have
probably
no
a
idea.
little bit
I swear,
shorter,
I
in
have
all
no
fairness.
idea who the hell he is.
Abe was 6'6". He's
But
a
he
little
looks
bit
like
shorter.
Abe.
He's probably a little bit shorter, in all fairness.
He's about a foot shorter. Other
Abe
than
was
he's
6'6".
perfect.
He's a little bit shorter.
Thank you, Abe.
He's about a
In
foot
addition
shorter.
to the
Other than
most
that, he's
talented
perfect.
cabinet ever assembled, and we think we're hearing
Thank you,
things
Abe.
like that. In
We
addition
will
to the
be
most
supported
talented
in our
cabinet
mission
ever
by
assembled,
countless
and we
wonderful
think we're
American
hearing
patriots.
things like
First, let
that.
me thank. We will be
My
supported
incredible
in our
family,
mission
and
by
I want to
countless
thank in
wonderful
particular
American
somebody that
patriots. First,
headed
let
up
me thank the Republican
my incredible
Party,
family, and I
along
want to
with
thank
Mike,
in particular
the two of
somebody
them,
that headed up
Lara Trump,
the
who you saw
Republican
before,
Party,
produced those two
along with
beautiful
Mike,
children.
Lara
the two
Trump,
of them.
is
Lara Trump, who you saw
unbelievable. She
before,
was the chairman
produced
of
those
the
two beautiful
Republican
children.
Party.
Lara Trump.
And nobody ever said,
is
oh, gee.
unbelievable. She was the
It's a
chairman
family
of
member.
the
They actually
Republican
said,
Party.
how the hell did you get her
And
to
nobody
do it?
ever said, oh, gee.
And she did a phenomenal
It's
job.
a family
We
member. They
had
actually said, how
a
the hell
minimum
did
of
you get her to
cheating.
do
We
it?
watched them like, oh,
And she
where
did
is
a
Laura?
phenomenal
Where the
job.
hell
We
is
had
she?
a
She
minimum
did
of
some
cheating.
job.
We watched them like, oh,
She
where
wants
is
to be
Laura?
nice and quiet.
Where the
She's
hell
here
is she?
someplace.
Thank
She
you,
did
Laura.
some job.
Thank you very much,
She
hon.
wants to be nice and quiet. She's here someplace.
She's phenomenal.
Thank
The
you,
job she
Laura.
did,
And her son.
Thank you very much,
was
hon.
didn't they do a beautiful job? The son
She's
and the daughter.
phenomenal.
The job she did. And
How
her
many
son
young kids know that one? They don't know
was
that
Didn't
one.
they do a beautiful job? The
But
son
her husband
and the
is
daughter. How
somebody
many
very
young
proud
kids
of
know
is
that one?
doing
They don't know that one.
a great job.
He's been
But her
subpoenaed
husband
more than
is
any human being in history.
somebody
I
very
believe.
proud of his doing.
Every day he'd get a
a great
subpoena
job.
from
He's been
Congress on
subpoenaed
something
more than
all
any human
bullshit.
being in history.
But
I believe.
he got every day he'd get a subpoena from
A subpoena
Congress.
on
He's got a
something
PhD
all
in
bullshit.
subpoenas. But he did a fantastic
subpoena.
job.
He's
He's
got
got
a
a
PhD
PhD in subpoenas.
You know all about Don, how he
But
did.
he
He's
did a
great. He's very
fantastic
popular,
job.
too.
And Don,
He knows
you
a
know
lot
all about
guns.
Don,
I
how
wanna
he
tell
did.
you
He's great. He's very popular.
We
too.
had, by the way, I have to tell you,
He
we had
knows a
great
lot about
support from
guns. I
every
wanna tell
gun
you
group,
that.
including the NRA. We had, by the way, I have to tell
Really
you, we had
worked
great
hard.
support from every gun group, including
And Ivanka and
the
Joe are
NRA.
here. And
Really
Tiffany
worked
and
hard.
Michael are here. And Barron
And Ivanka
my
and Jared
10
are here.
incredible grandchildren.
And Tiffany and
another one
Michael are
coming
here.
through. And
Tiffany.
Barron and my 10 incredible grandchildren.
And of course, I want to
another
thank
one
our
coming
next
through. Vice
Tiffany.
President of the United States, J.D.
And of
Vance.
course, I want to thank our next
Vice President of the
Wherever
United
he may be.
States,
There's a lot of
J.D.
people.
Vance. Wherever the hell he is, he's
Wherever
here
he
somewhere.
may be.
There's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. Wherever
It's a
the
little
hell
tough
he
when you
is,
say,
he's here
where is he?
somewhere.
You know, you got a lot of people in here.
It's a lot
But
of people.
J.D. Vance has been
It's a little tough when you
extraordinary.
say, where is he?
And
know,
he's
you got
got
a lot of people in here.
An
But
unbelievable
J.D.
wife,
Vance has been
the second lady
extraordinary.
of the United States. States,
and he's
Usha
got
Vance. So
an
Usha, thank you very
unbelievable
much.
wife.
The Second Lady of the United States,
Beautiful
Usha
couple.
Vance.
Great people.
So Usha, thank you very much.
We're also pleased to be joined tonight by
Beautiful
Hulk
couple.
Hogan,
Great
the
people.
Hulk. We're
The
also
Hulk.
pleased to be joined tonight by
One thing it's
Hulk
not
Hogan.
the Hulk.
It's not hard to find him.
Hulk.
All he has to do is stand up and you say, there
One
he
thing
is.
it's not.
But he's great. It's not hard to find
And
him.
Kid Rock.
All he has to do is
Wow.
stand
Kid
up
Rock
and you
is
say, there he
friend
is.
of mine. but he's great.
He's a friend of mine for a long
Kid Rock.
time.
He did that thing on Budweiser. Budweiser will never be the same.
He's a friend of mine for a long
time. He did that thing
That
on
was
Budweiser.
the commercial that everybody
will
saw.
never be the same when he did the gun
Also
with
with
the
us tonight is a great actor.
That was the
tremendously
commercial that
talented
everybody
guy,
saw.
John Voight. Also with us tonight is a great actor, tremendously talented guy, John Voight. Sylvester Stallone,
friend of
is
mine.
here. Great guy. And Sylvester Stallone. And you know, I got Mel Gibson,
Great guy.
Sylvester Stallone, and John Voight to
And you
become
know, I got Mel
ambassadors
Gibson,
to Hollywood,
Sylvester
California,
Stallone,
to put
and
it
John
back on
Voight
track. To become
So they're all
ambassadors
ambassadors. You have to
to
refer to
Hollywood,
them as
California, to put it back
ambassador,
on
Mr.
track. So they're all ambassadors. You have to refer
And
to
a man
them
who's got
as
an army
ambassador,
of young
Mr.
people.
Ambassador.
Charlie Kirk is here.
And a man who's got an army of young people. Charlie Kirk is here.
Charlie,
I want to thank
fantastic.
Charlie. I mean, this guy. Don't believe the stuff when you hear the kids are liberal. They're not
Fantastic.
liberal.
I mean,
Maybe
this
they
guy-
used to be, but they're not anymore.
Don't
You gotta
believe
see
the
how
stuff
many
when you hear the
people
kids
are
are
for us.
liberal. They're not
And I
liberal.
wanna
Maybe they
thank
used to be, but they're
Megyn
not
Kelly.
anymore.
She's
You got to
been
see
terrific.
how
She's
many
been
people are
really
for
good.
us.
And
I
Billy
wanna
Ray
thank
Cyrus.
Megyn Kelly, she's been terrific.
And Lee
She's been
Greenwood,
really
wow,
good.
has he been.
And
Billy Ray
what
Cyrus.
a song and what a man.
And Lee Greenwood, wow,
And you know, by
has
the
he
way,
been.
these
What a song
microphones,
and
you
what a
see the
man.
microphones? I said, what the hell are
And you
those
know, by the way,
microphones
these
doing
standing behind
microphones?
me.
You see the microphones?
You're going to
I
have a
said,
little
what the hell are
special
those
treat
microphones doing
at
standing
the end of
behind me?
this. You're going to have a little special
I don't want to tell
treat
you because you'll rush
at
me
the
off
end
the
of
stage.
this
Get off the stage.
speech. I don't want to tell you
But
because
you
you'll
have
rush
a
me
little
off the stage. Get off the stage. But you have a little special treat. And I won't tell you, but let's put it this way. It's the people treat that 30 years ago had a hot song, never hit number one. But 30 years later, it hit number one. But 30 years later, it hit number one, week after week. And they're here to sing. And they're here to sing. They're here to sing. They're here to sing. For you. For you. And you won't recognize them. They're slightly larger than they used to be. But that's the way they used to be. But that's the way life goes. We can all tell you that's the way life goes. There's nothing we can do about that. Sebastian Gorka, stand up. Sebastian Gorka, stand up. Sebastian, I see Sebastian there. There's a patriot. He's been with me through thick and thin. Right, Sebastian? Now he's with the administration. Now he's with the administration. Thank you. Great guy. And again, I want to thank Elon for what he did in Pennsylvania. He worked so hard. He worked so hard in Pennsylvania. He worked so hard in Pennsylvania. A man who is a champion. A man who took something from nothing. Everybody said this is something will never work. It's too violent. Will never work. It's too violent. But he understood people. He said they like violence. Unfortunately, But a man who understood fighting better than any man ever. There's never been anything like this. There's never been anything like this. What Dana White did with the UFC and building it into a monster franchise sport. So I want to thank Dana White. For being here, and USC for being here, and nobody could have done a job like nobody could have done. Great guy and a friend of mine. A great guy and a friend of mine. Great friend of mine. Great friend of mine. He's a tough cookie. He's a tough cookie. You want him on your side at all. You want him on your side. People you want. And we have dozens of other celebrities and celebrities back to what we're doing. But I do want to say, in the audience we have many governors, many senators, many members of Congress, many members of Congress, and far too many to name. Unless you'd like me to name them. Unless you'd like me to name them. Governors, senators, and Congress people. No. I thought you were going to say that. Sorry, Sorry, no, but we appreciate all of the love that we've gotten from them. I'll tell you, in our Senate, our House, Republicans have been unbelievable, and the governors are unbelievable, and the governors are unbelievable. The job they're doing. Of the crime-ridden cities, the top 25, the top 25, every single one of them is run by a Democrat. Does that tell you something? Does that tell you something? We don't have problems in the Republican
We don't have problems
cities.
in the
Tonight,
Republican
I also want to send our love to everyone affected by the terrible wildfires raging in California. We're praying for you all. We love you all. We're praying for you all. We love you all. We're going to be there very soon. I'm going to go out there on Friday to get it moving back. We're going to get it moving back. We're going to get some of the best builders in the world. We'll get it moving back. And I also want to pay my respects to the great people. Pay my respects to the great people. I won it every single time. I won it every single time. And they've been treated very badly. FEMA almost didn't know it existed. And we're going to get North Carolina rocking and rolling. Okay, we're going to get them rocking and rolling. They've been treated very badly as a state. Together we will rebuild. Together we will rebuild. Los Angeles better. More beautiful than ever before. We're going to get it going. We have the best builders. We have the best builders in the world. It's the only people that can do it. Nobody else knows what the hell they're doing. And in 2028, the Los Angeles Olympics will be one of the great sporting patriotic celebrations in history. I was with Gianni, the head of because of the wildfires. They're going to do a special. They're going to do a special. They're going to really do something very special. They're going to really do something very special. And the opposite. Some people said, the opposite. Some people said, "Oh, maybe the Olympics can't go there today." They came to see me the other day, and it's just the committee, and it's just the so the Olympics is great. So the Olympics Johnny is great. And Johnny for the World Cup. Others, Johnny the World Cup. Johnny is the head of it. We had our top people. They all came in. On the Olympics, and then I saw Johnny. On the Olympics, and then I saw Johnny. We got the World Cup too. And you know it's only because they rigged the election that I'll be your president. You know, I got both of them. I got both of them. I got the Olympics, World Cup, and I got the. And I said, you know, it's too bad. And I said, you know, it's too bad. One was in 2026. One was in 2026. So the other was in 2028. I won't be there. I won't be your president. I won't be there. I won't be your president. And then they rigged the election. Now we won, so I'm going to be your president for the Olympics and for the World Cup. So Johnny, thank you for the World Cup. Johnny, thank you for the World Cup. Everybody, thank you for the Olympics. Everybody, thank you for the Olympics. We're going to have a great time. We have another thing happening. 250 years. 250 years. A celebration. Like no other. 250 years. 250 years. That's going to be taking place next year. So we have a lot of big events coming. So we have a lot of big events coming. And everything we do, we take it. Do everything we take it. What do we do more than anything else? What do we do more than anything else? America first. America first. And it all starts tomorrow. And it all starts tomorrow when I raise my hand on the Bible to be sworn as your. We'll be sworn in tomorrow. We're all going to be sworn in together. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it. It's not me. Greatest of all time. Greatest of all time. So we will be sworn in. Tomorrow, I'll be representing you as your 47th President of the United States. And just in conclusion, together we're going to cut your taxes, slash your prices, getting them back down, raise your wages, and bring thousands of factories back to the USA, right where they belong, and that'll be done through tariffs and smart policy. We will build American, we will build American, we will buy American, and we will hire American. I will end the war in Ukraine. I will end the war in Ukraine. I will stop the chaos in the Middle East, and I will prevent World War III. And you have no idea how close we are. And you have no idea how close we are. We will crush violent crime in our cities and give our police the support, resources, and respect. Resources and respect. They so dearly deserve. We will strengthen and modernize our military again. We rebuilt our entire military. And they gave billions and billions of dollars of it to the Taliban. You remember? To the Taliban. They gave it to the Taliban. They gave it to the Taliban. They gave our military equipment, a big chunk of it, to the enemy. Do you know that we pay billions of dollars a year? Does everyone know this? Do you know this? Does everyone know this? To Afghanistan. And I say, if we're going to pay billions of dollars a year, we're not going to give them the money unless they give back our military equipment that these poor, stupid people allowed
allowed for them to have. So we'll give them a couple of bucks. We want the military equipment. We will rebuild our once great cities, including our capital in Washington, making them safe, clean, and beautiful again. We want to make this city again. We want to make this city again safe. We don't want people coming to Washington, shot, getting mugged, shot, killed. Law enforcement. And they have very good police here. And they have very good police here. But they have to be allowed to do their job. We're going to beautify it. We're going to make it the most beautiful capital. We're going to make it the most beautiful capital in the world. We will teach our children to love our country, to honor our history, to honor our history, respect, and to always respect our great American flag. And we will get critical race theory and gender insanity the hell out of our schools. And always remember, this is so easy, this will be done tomorrow. This will be done tomorrow. We will keep men out of women's sports. It's over. I will defend liberty. I will restore free speech. I will restore free speech. And I will defend the right to bear arms. We're going to bear arms. We're going to defend that. After years of building up foreign nations, defending foreign borders and protecting we are finally going to build up our country, defend our borders, and protect our citizens. We will stop illegal immigration once and for all. We will not be invaded. We will not be invaded. We will not be occupied. We will not be conquered. We will not be conquered. We will be a free and proud nation. Once again, and that will take place at 12 o'clock. Tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Everyone in our country will prosper. Every family will thrive. Every family will and every day will be filled with opportunity and also filled with a thing called the American dream that you don't hear much about anymore. For the past 9 years, you and I fought side by side against the most sinister and corrupt forces. And in our magnificent victory on November 5th, once and for all, that this nation does not belong to them, belongs to you. From New York to Los Angeles, from Philadelphia to Phoenix, from Chicago to Miami, from Houston to right here in Washington, D.C. Our country was won and built by generations of patriots who gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys and factory workers, coal miners, police officers and pioneers who pushed onward, marched forward, no obstacle stand could get in their way. Nothing could get in their way. Together they laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built the great highways, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and launched American astronauts to the moon. It was hardworking patriots like you who built this country. And 75 days ago on November 5th, hardworking patriots like you who saved our country. You saved our country. Now, after all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. With your help, we will restore America's promise, the nation that we all love so much. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation. Under God, we will never give up. We will never back down, and we will never back down, and we will never, ever surrender. Fight, and we will win. And together, we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, everybody.
What a good feeling. We like winning, don't we? We're going to make our country greater than ever before. Hello, Washington. Hello, Washington.
Hello, America.
Hello, America. We're all over America.
I'm thrilled to be back with so many friends, supporters, and true American patriots on the eve of taking back our country. That's what we're going to do. Our country. Tomorrow at noon, the curtain closes on 4 long years of American decline, and we begin a brand new day of American strength and prosperity, dignity and pride. Bringing it all back. Once and for all, we're going to end the reign of a failed and corrupt political establishment in Washington, a failed administration. We're not going to take it anymore. We're going to stop the invasion of our borders. We're going to reclaim our wealth. We're going to unlock the liquid gold that's right under our feet, liquid gold. We're going to bring back law and order to our cities. We're going to restore patriotism to our schools, get radical left, woke ideologies the hell out of our military and out of our government. And we are going to make America great again. I want to thank the tens of thousands of incredible men and women who have come from all over the nation to take part in this very special moment. And I just heard in watching some of the coverage that there are rallies like this taking place all over the country. People are happy. People are happy. It's been a long time. None of this would have been possible without you and the millions of hardworking citizens who have joined our cause. You know, right over there, just noticed a group of beautiful ladies, beautiful women from North Carolina, right here too. I don't know how the hell they've been to 167 rallies. You believe it? You think their husbands are happy about that? I don't know. But they look beautiful. They're incredible people, and they love our country. Thank you very much. Then up here I see we have front row Joes all over the place. Uncle Sam, Mr. Wall. Oh boy. But we've been through so much together, and for the next 4 years, I will fight for you every single day. We're going to be fighting for you. This is the greatest political movement in American history. And 75 days ago, we achieved the most epic political victory our country has ever seen. That's what they say. We won the popular vote for the first time of any Republican in many, many years. We swept all 7 swing states by big numbers. We won Pennsylvania, we won Georgia, we won North Carolina, we won Michigan, we won Wisconsin, we won Arizona, we won Nevada. We won them all by historic margins, and we won the great state of Florida by 13 points. Nobody's done that ever. And a record that will never be broken. All 50 states shifted toward the Republican Party, the first time that that's ever happened. All 50 states. We won the largest number of African American voters in Republican Party history. We won more Hispanic American votes than any Republican has ever gotten before, by a lot. And we won Latino men and women. And on top of that, youth, men, women, urban, suburban, rural, and people from everywhere in between are joining us in record numbers. We've never had anything like this. Too big to rig, that's what I used to say. Too big to rig. We made it too big. Oh, and they tried. They tried. It was too big. Around 9:02, they just said, let's get the hell out of here. This isn't working. They were swamped, to put it nicely. We also took back the U.S. Senate. We had some great people running. And the House Republicans won their largest popular vote majority in presidential year since 1928. We had a lot of people voting. So the Senate, the House Republicans, we got all three of them. A little bit close on those two. Senate's in great shape. House Republicans, actually, they both have great leaders. They both have great people heading. John Thune is fantastic. And if you look at Mike Johnson, he's got a pretty tight majority, but actually it's very tight, but it's very good because we vote unified. We're really voting unified, and so it doesn't make much difference. In the election of 2024, which will be the most consequential election in American history, we not only won a mandate, but we built a new American majority that will lead our country to unparalleled success for generations to come. That's what we want to do. And someday, in 30 years from now, 40 years from now, 50 years from now, some of these young people are going to say, I remember Donald Trump, he did a good job. He set us on his way. He told us, he gave us a path. Our new administration will inherit disasters at home and abroad, an economy plagued by inflation and high interest rates, a catastrophic border crisis. Nobody can believe they let people in. They have an open border policy. Do you think that makes sense? Open borders. Anybody wants to. Jails, prisons, mental institutions, gangs being emptied right through that ugly open border, a government that cannot care for citizens in a time of emergency. Look at what's happening in Los Angeles. Look at what's happening in North Carolina. They've treated them so badly. In a planet on the brink of World War III. It's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. But starting tomorrow, I will act with historic speed and strength and fix every single crisis facing our country. We have to do it. We're not going to have a country left. Before even taking office, you are already seeing results that nobody expected to see. Everyone is calling it I don't want to say this, it's too braggadocious, but we'll say it anyway. The Trump effect. It's you're the effect. Since the election, the stock market has surged and small business optimism has soared a record 41 points to a 39-year high. Bitcoin has shattered one record high after another. The major investment company known as DMAC, the properties, has announced that it will be investing between $20 and $40 billion in the United States, and SoftBank, another great company, has pledged dollars. These are all investments that are only being made because of the fact that we won the election. Can create jobs for hundreds of thousands, even millions of Americans. Today I spoke with Tim Cook of Apple. He said they're going to make a massive investment in the United States because of our big election win. And as of today, TikTok is back. So, you know, I did a little TikTok thing. We have a guy, TikTok Jack. He's a young kid, like 21 years old. And we hired this guy, and I went on TikTok. Can you believe what I'll do to win an election? And we went on TikTok, and Republicans have never won the young vote, the youth vote. They win a lot of votes, but they never won the youth vote. We won the youth vote by 36 points. So I like TikTok. I like it. I like it. I had a slightly good experience, wouldn't you say? Romney lost it by 40 points. Not so long ago, we won it by 36 points. That's a very big spread.
But I said we need to save TikTok because we're talking about a tremendous... Who in this audience goes with TikTok? Many? Yeah, very popular. And frankly, we have no choice. We have to save it. A lot of jobs. We don't want to give our business to China. We don't want to give our business to other people. And I said, you know, TikTok without my approval, meaning the president's approval, because Congress gave the president the right to make a deal, do whatever he wants. And they did that a long time ago when they had a different president. They didn't know that I was going to be the president, I guess. So I said, very simply, a joint venture. So if TikTok is worth nothing, zero, without an approval, you know, if you don't approve, they're out of business, they're worth nothing. If you do approve, they're worth like $1 trillion. They're worth some crazy number. So I said, I'll approve, but let the United States of America own 50% of TikTok. I'm approving on behalf of the United States. So they'll have a partner, the United States, and they'll have a lot of bidders, and the United States will do what we call a joint venture. And there's no risk. We're not putting up any money. All we're doing is giving them the approval, without which they don't have anything. So, I don't know, it sounds like that works. What do you think? Good? I think so. So whether you like TikTok or not, we're going to make a lot of money. Perhaps most beautiful of all, this week we achieved an epic ceasefire agreement as a first step toward lasting peace in the Middle East. And this agreement could only have happened as a result of our historic victory in November. That was some victory. Was that greatest? I don't even know which was greater, 2016 or this one. I think this one. Look, Honest Abe Lincoln. We have Honest Abe. We have Uncle Sam. You know, Uncle Sam shook my hand about 2 months ago. He's got the strongest grip I've ever... You are a strong man. I said, what the hell was that? But I'm glad to report that the first hostages have just been released. And who knows what's going to happen? I know that Biden is saying that they made the deal. Well, you know... I mean, that deal should have... First of all, it would have never happened if I were president. Would have never happened. There was not even a thought of it. Iran was broke. They had no money for Hezbollah. They had no money for Hamas. They had no money. They were broke, totally broke, and they would have never done anything. But they did it, you know. I like to think back to the past. I said, if only the election weren't rigged, all the things that would have happened, that would have been so good. But it was. We're not going to let that happen again. I want to thank my friend Steve Witkoff, who I think is here. I know he made a beautiful speech. I heard he made a great speech. But he's an amazing guy. I said, I got to get myself a negotiator. We have to get a good negotiator. A lot of guys are knowledgeable, but they can't negotiate. They don't have the personality or whatever. And Steve does, and Steve's a great negotiator, very successful guy. But he's our new special envoy to the Middle East for helping reach this great breakthrough, and really couldn't have been done without Steve. Where is Steve Witkoff? Is he around here someplace? Because he was so great. There he is. Hello, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. What a job. Our incoming administration has achieved all of this in the Middle East in less than 3 months without being president. We've achieved more without being president than they've achieved in 4 years with being president. But just imagine all of the good things that we will accomplish together with 4 more years in the White House, and we're going to do a lot of things. You're going to see something tomorrow. You're going to see executive orders that are going to make you extremely happy. Lots of them. Lots of them. We have to set our country on the proper course. By the time the sun sets tomorrow evening, the invasion of our borders will have come to a halt, and all the illegal border trespassers
will in some form or another be on their way back home. Think of it. We've allowed millions and millions of people into our country through open borders, no checks, no vetting, no anything. Millions and millions of people. And lots of those people are murderers. 52% of them killed more than one person. Other than that, they're quite fine. They're nice people. These are rough people. Remember, I used to say these people are rough. And they would say, no, these are illegal immigrants. They're very safe. I said, they're not safe. Look at what's happened with Venezuela, where they're sending these gangs in and they're taking over apartment complexes in Colorado and then cutting off the fingers of a man who had the nerve and desire to call the police. He said, you want to call the police? Bah, guess what? You have no fingers. These are rough people, and they're getting the hell out of our country. They're out. The border security measures I will outline in my inaugural address tomorrow will be the most aggressive, sweeping effort to restore our borders the world has ever seen. You know, we had the best, safest border in the history of our country. You remember that with the great chart that I put up. I don't even know if they have that chart now. Maybe they do. These guys are good. Maybe they do. Who the? I don't know. I didn't tell them I was going to do this. I didn't tell, but we have some very good people, but I didn't say. But we had a chart, and I looked to my right, and then they said, ooh, that hurt. What the hell was that? I still have that throbbing feeling in my ear. Oh, there it is. Look at it. These people are amazing. I didn't tell them I was doing that. That's fantastic. Yeah, it's all over the place. I love that. That is the most beautiful piece of paper I've ever seen in my life. But if you look at that chart and you look at the red arrow on the bottom, that's the single lowest we ever had in history, at least recorded history, of illegals pouring into our country. We had done a great job. And then they took over, and look what happened. It's like an Elon Musk rocket ship going up. That reminds me of Elon, his rocket ships. Look at that. Look at the difference. And it just continued and continued, and we're taking in people that shouldn't be here. They come in from prisons, from jails. They shouldn't be here. Mental institutions. I used to mention, and the press would always excoriate me, I'd say the late, great Hannibal Lecter came into our country today. Silence of the Lamb. Anybody see that movie? Lovely movie. And when people went to the voter booth, they said, we don't want Hannibal Lecter in our country. The press would say, why is he bringing up Hannibal Lecter? That was a fictitious character. Actually, they're not so fictitious. We have people in our country that are probably worse that we allowed in. But we will quickly reestablish control of our sovereign territory and borders. We will expel every single illegal alien, gang member, and migrant criminal operating on American soil, and remove the savage gang Tren de Aragua from the United States. Here's a little video for you to see about this gang. Go ahead.
Open borders, deadly consequences.
Border crisis. Record high crossings are putting a strain on cities across America.
It is a full-blown invasion.
Armed Venezuelan gang members storming an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado.
When people talk about lack of crime, this is what they're talking about.
San Antonio, Texas, just one of the latest cities to have apartment complexes taken over by members of the Venezuelan gang.
Biden and Harris had created a program to bring them in under humanitarian parole.
I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals.
More than 13,000 illegal immigrants convicted of murder have been released into the United States.
My 20-year-old daughter, Kayla Hamilton, was murdered in her own room. Kayla's murderer was apprehended by Border Patrol crossing illegally into the U.S.
Kayla's murderer had been improperly released into the United States.
Abolish ICE.
Yeah, we need
more than a dozen people suspected of being
east the day before the robbery. East the day before the robbery. A Peruvian gang leader who is wanted for 23 murders, who was arrested by Border Patrol near Roma, Texas, then released into America.
That's what we allowed in, and they're nice people compared to some of them. They're nicer than others. These are really vicious people, gang members.
and many, many people from prisons, and crime all over the world is down. You know why? Because they got their criminals into the United States of America. You look at Venezuela, they've emptied their prisons into our country. Many other places the same. I would have done the same if I headed up any of the countries. I know most of those guys. They're smart. They're leaders. They are smart, streetwise people. As soon as I heard they were going to have open borders, I said, if you do that, every prison all over the world is going to be emptied out into our country. They come in from the Congo. The Congo's big on emptying their prisons. The only thing good about it is they make our criminals look like really nice people. These people are vicious people all over the world, not just South America, all over the world they come, from mental institutions and from jails and prisons. With our actions tomorrow, my administration will deliver justice for every family whose loved one has been stolen from them by migrant crime, including Laken Riley, Rachel Morin, Jocelyn Nungari, Kayla Hamilton, and every other precious American soul that we have lost to these animals. Their memories will live in the hearts forever, in our hearts forever, and we will never, ever forget them. And their contribution, I told their mothers who were devastated, their parents, their fathers, they're devastated. They'll never be the same. They'll never be the same. But I said, your daughter has made a major contribution. Your son has made a major contribution. There are hundreds and even thousands of victims of this horrible atrocity. And you add those numbers to the numbers of crime that we're already going through the roof, and it's something that you wouldn't even believe. Do you remember I did the debate, and I had David Muir from ABC saying, no, crime has gone down. I said, no, it's gone through the roof. Crime has gone through the roof, David. No, crime has gone down. I said it's gone through the roof. And then he goes, I disagree with that. The next day they announced that crime was up like 40%. This guy is, the whole thing is it's so bad. You can't even imagine how anybody could be for these things of, think of it, open borders, prisons, and mental institutions, men playing in women's sports, transgender for everyone. Transgender. And very soon we'll begin the largest deportation operation in American history, even larger than President Dwight Eisenhower, who has the record right now. And we're going to end the Biden war on American energy and unleash our energy resources to quickly defeat inflation and achieve the lowest cost of energy and electricity on earth. And we're going to be using our emergency powers to allow countries and entrepreneurs and people with a lot of money build big plants, AI plants. We need double the energy that we already have, and it's going to end up being more than that. And we're going to slash the regulations, environmental regulations that are really put in there in order to stop progress in this country. We're going to also slash something else, the waste in our bloated federal bureaucracy. We will create the new Department of Government Efficiency, headed by a gentleman named Elon Musk, who's here someplace. I don't know where the hell he is. He's here someplace. Come here, Elon. Did you see his rocket yesterday? It was captured. And X is with him. X. Come on, Elon, say a couple of words.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. Sorry, little X just followed me on the stage here. He's a very enthusiastic supporter, as you can see. Woo! Yeah. So we're looking forward to making a lot of changes, and this victory is the start, really. What matters going forward is to actually make significant changes, cement those changes,
and set the foundation for America to be strong for a century, for centuries, forever. So, and make America great again. Yeah. So, yeah. So anyway, we're gonna do great things here. Thank you.
Thank you, Elon. You know, I always say we have to be protective of our geniuses because we don't have too many, but that one is a good one. Now, I watched his rocket come down about 3 months ago, and I thought it was crashing. I was talking to somebody on the phone. By the way, same thing happened yesterday. It came down, and it was captured so beautifully. It came down, it's tumbling, it's a mess, it's going down. I say, oh, look at that thing, that's a disaster. And then it gets like a couple of miles away from Earth, and all of a sudden the engines start going on, the things start, and then I see it coming in and landing in the gantry, and I'm watching it and say, oh, it's gonna crash, oh, but those engines came out and they blew the fire all over the place, and all of a sudden those two big arms came and hugged it like you would hug your little baby, and that sucker landed it. Nobody's been able to do that but him. And he's a great guy. And we have him and Vivek and some great people working on a thing called costs. And he's got the credibility to do it, too. And we're going to do things that are really amazing. But he went out to Pennsylvania after that. He landed that rocket nobody had ever seen. By the way, China can't do it. Russia can't do it or come close. It will be 10 years before they can do it. And the U.S. can't do it except for him. And it's pretty amazing. But he did that. And then he journeyed to Pennsylvania, where he spent like a month and a half campaigning for me in Pennsylvania. And he's a popular guy, and he was very effective. And he knows those computers better than anybody, all those computers, those vote-counting computers. And we ended up winning Pennsylvania like in a landslide, so it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So thank you to Elon. And his son's name, who's cute as a button, his son's name is X. He's the only guy who could get away with the name X. But his son is a great guy. One thing we know, his son is smart. If you believe in the racehorse theory, he's got a nice, smart son. But thank you very much to Elon and everybody. We've had so much help. Every radical and foolish executive order of the Biden administration will be repealed within hours of when I take the oath of office. Oh, you're going to have a lot of fun watching television tomorrow. Somebody said yesterday, sir, don't sign so many in one day. Let's do it over a period of weeks. I said, like hell, we're going to do it over weeks. We're going to sign them at the beginning. You know that old story. Let's do it later. Then it never gets done. No, we're doing them tomorrow. And we'll have plenty to sign in the future. Don't worry about it. It's not going to stop. But we're going to stop the destructive and divisive diversity, equity, and inclusion mandates all across the government and private sector and return our country to the merit system. You know, the Supreme Court ruled that the United States is allowed to go by the merit system, which is what made us great in the first place. That was a big, big ruling that a lot of people don't even know about, but it was a big, tremendous ruling. And you're focusing on character, competence, and qualifications in all hiring decisions. Now you're allowed to go by competence and ability and genius. You don't have to hire somebody to send up one of his rocket ships that doesn't know anything about what's happening. As a first step toward restoring transparency and accountability to government, we will also reverse the overclassification of government documents, and in the coming days,
we are going to make public remaining records relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, his brother Robert Kennedy, as well as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and other topics of great public interest. It's all going to be released, Uncle Sam. And I will direct our military to begin construction of the great Iron Dome missile defense shield, which will all be made in the USA. And we will get wokeness the hell out of our military immediately and make it like it used to be. Take a look at this.
You little scumbag! I got your name! I got your ass! You will not laugh! You will not cry! You will learn by the numbers!
Happy Pride. Happy Pride Month, and actually, let's declare it a summer of pride.
So you're a killer? Sir, yes, sir! Let me see your war face! Sir, you got a war face? Ah! That's a war face! Now let me see your war face! Ah! Bullshit! You didn't convince me! Let me see your real war face! Ah!
I hear it and I know, I know you wanna take.
You will be a weapon. You will be a minister of death, praying for war. But until that day, you are pukes. You are the lowest form of life on earth. You are not even human fucking beings. You are nothing but unorganized, grabastic pieces of amphibian shit.
How to abracadabra, these bitches know I got answers the way I...
It looks to me like the best part of you